Hello boys and girls, my name is Stacy, I'm 11 years old.
And I am Mark. I'm 12 years old.
Today we want to talk to you about something very important.
So, we need all your attention, which means stop what you're doing and listen to us. It will just take a few minutes, okay?
Great! Now that we have your attention, our safety lesson for today is on child abuse.
I'm sure Elia and Alicia have already told you about child abuse.
But now we want to make sure that you really understand.
I will play some clips and you will tell us which child abuse is, okay?
Here is clip A.
And here is clip B.
So can anyone tell us which one shows child abuse?
Is it clip A or B or both?
You can ask your teacher or your parents if you're not sure.
We will be back in 1 minute with the correct answer.
Welcome back. Okay, the correct answer is both A and B are forms of child abuse.
Did you guys get it right as well?
Mark, can you tell the kids why they are both forms of child abuse?
Sure, Stacy. Clip A shows a teacher beating a student. This is wrong because it is considered physical abuse.
Which has been banned by the government.
Yes, it has, and the teacher can get in serious trouble.
Especially now that there are people posting online, it is very easy to be captured on video.
And the whole world will know what the teacher has done.
Physical abuse is very serious and teachers should instead look at other ways to punish kids.
Such as doing extra homework, cutting grass, washing dishes, cleaning the dorm or staff room.
There are many forms of punishment that do not require physical abuse.
Where the student can get to think of why they are being punished in the first place, so that in the future they do not make the same mistakes.
That is correct, and for me, this is a better way of resolving issues at school.
Or at home, where a parent does not have to beat up the kid.
They can just have them do extra chores in the house or garden.
Or not allowed to watch TV or use the phone to talk to friends.
What are some of the ways we kids can be punished instead of physical abuse?
We will give you a minute to answer.
Okay, what about clip B? Can you explain how that is child abuse?
Can the kids at home explain?
No, Mark, you have to explain first, then we see if they understand.
Okay, clip B showed a parent not giving medical care to a child in need of one. This kind of abuse falls under medical neglect.
And what are some of these basic needs?
Are you asking me or the kids?
To the kids this time, and if they don't know, you can help. Welcome back. If you said food, shelter, security, health, and education, then you are correct.
Yes, those are the basic needs that parents have to ensure we kids get all the times.
So for clip B, the parent refused to give the child medical attention,
Or take him to hospital.
which is a violation of the children's right. So it is a form of child abuse.
Be sure to tell someone if someone has abused your rights as a child.
Do not be afraid. Always speak out and tell someone.
You can tell your teacher, parent, pastor, imam, or any trusted adult.
Just like you were told by Ella and Alicia.
Always speak out.
Okay, now let us show you other clips and we see if you can tell us which one is abuse.
Clip C.
Uncle Joe! I missed you, Uncle Joe.
And now to clip D.
Hey, what are you doing?
You know I love you very much, sweetheart. I want us to play a grown-up game. Just you and me. It will be our little secret.
But why do we have to remove our clothes?
Listen, you will do as I say, or I will kill you.
So which clip is abuse and why?
We'll give you a minute to answer. Ask your parents or school teacher if you're not sure.
We love to sing, we love to dance, for we are happy. We need your love, we need your care, for we are just kids. We count and write, learn and play all the day long. We laugh, we cry, we grow each day, for we are just kids. We are just kids. We are just kids.
Welcome back. Okay, the correct answer is clip D.
Okay, but first, can you tell us why it is not clip C?
Sure, clip C just shows Angela running towards her Uncle Joe and hugging him.
What about the kiss?
On the forehead, that is perfectly fine. You can see that Angela is very happy to see him and it shows that she is comfortable with Uncle Joe.
Yes, if Angela was uncomfortable with Uncle Joe, who will not be excited to see him? In fact, she will be very scared to see him and will not even want to go near him.
And these are some of the signs that parents should look out for when the kids are uncomfortable around adults. You don't force us to hug or kiss anyone.
It should be our choice on who we hug or kiss.
And if you see I am uncomfortable, please respect my decision and listen to my reason when I tell you. So kids, always tell your parents if you are uncomfortable with someone. You have a right to say no.
So there is nothing wrong with Uncle Joe hugging and kissing Angela on the forehead. She is very comfortable around Uncle Joe. And most importantly, he has not touched her in a bad way.
Which reminds me, Stacy, we need to discuss the good and the bad ways someone can be touched or asked to touch.
I think we already did that in the pants rules, remember?
Oh yes, I remember now.
Please go to the WERK website and look for the pants rule video or brochure. You will find all you need to know about good and bad touches.
And that your body belongs to you and no one has the right to touch you.
Okay, what about clip D? How is it abuse?
Well, the man has entered the room with just pants on.
What's wrong with that?
Well, it is indecent as adults are not supposed to expose themselves in front of kids.
Yes, these are called boundaries. Boundaries are what separates people and things.
For example,
So Mark is supposed to stay on his side and I on my side. If I cross the line, I will violate his space.
and if I cross the line, I will violate her space.
So adults and kids are separated by an imaginary line.
This just means there are things that adults do which we kids are not supposed to do.
And there are things that kids do which adults are not supposed to do.
Can you name some things that adults do which kids are not supposed to do?
You have 1 minute to answer.
We love to sing, we love to dance, for we are happy. We need your love, we need your care, for we are just kids. We count and write, learn and play all the day long. We laugh, we cry, we grow each day, for we are just kids. We are just kids. We are just kids.
Welcome back. Some things are like drinking alcohol, smoking, getting married, going to work, driving, having sex.
And what are the things that kids do which adults should not?
Playing in the mud, jumping up and down, not going to work, not being responsible.
Jumping up and down, that's funny. But kids can be responsible.
True, but it is the responsibility of the adult to take care of kids.
Okay, so when kids start to do adult stuff, that is crossing the boundary and it is wrong. When the man walked into the room without his pants and shorts, that was crossing the boundary. And it is wrong because he's supposed to behave like an adult and be fully clothed when talking to a child.
The next thing he did wrong was touch her and ask her to remove her clothes.
But wait a minute. In clip B, Uncle Joe also touched Angela, but you said there was nothing wrong with that?
Yes,
Why not?
because it was an innocent hug, one which Angela herself initiated.
Meaning?
She's the one who ran to Uncle Joe to hug him and not the other way around.
Okay, I see, good point. Go on.
So this man is forcing himself on the girl and she is clearly afraid of him.
Yes, we can see that she even said no. She did not want to play the game.
And why would you need to remove your clothes to play a game in the first place?
You don't have to remove your clothes.
And if someone tells you to, do you remember what to do?
You guys should know the answer to this already.
Yell and scream, no, stop.
But what if, in the case of this clip, the person says they will kill you?
I know this must be very scary for any kid, especially if it is someone they already trust.
Like a parent or a relative?
Yes, or school teacher, pastor, or imam. You know, it is the ones you trust the most who abuse us the most.
Yes, I don't know why, but it needs to stop.
Back to your very hard question. What do you do if they threaten to kill you?
Yes, well, the important thing is to protect your life. And we do not want to put your lives at risk. So just pretend that you will not tell. But as soon as they are gone, yell and scream as loud as you can. In this way, help will be fast and quick. And evidence can also be collected and preserved to be used against the bad person.
Okay, but what if you just leave alone with the adult and even if you scream, no one else will hear?
Great question, Mark. In such a case, you just wait until you have a chance to see someone you trust.
Like a school teacher, another parent, relative, pastor or imam.
That's correct. Then you can tell them what happened. And remember what Ella and Alicia said, do not wash or get rid of your clothes.
Because it has evidence that can be used against the bad person.
Please refer to the pants rules on your private parts and why no one should touch you there.
And the proper names of your private parts so that you can give the correct terms when testifying in court.
So you must use the proper terms as described in the pants rule episode.
Good friends always protect each other at all times.
So this kind of abuse is called sexual abuse. It is when someone forces you to have sex with them,
Or touches your private parts.
or asks you to touch theirs,
Or shows you videos or pictures of naked people.
and asks you to touch yourself as they watch you.
So remember to always yell, not, stop, and run away.
Then tell your mom, dad, or any trusted adult.
But earlier, you said that it is the ones we trust the most who hurt us.
Yes, I did, but not all of them do. If one of them has abused you, then you can tell another one. The important thing to do is to always tell and never keep silent.
Even if they threaten you or say it is our little secret, be sure to tell someone about it and they will make it stop.
What if I tell and no one helps or make it stop?
Then tell someone else. Keep telling until in the end someone will listen to you.
At the same time, adults should listen to kids and take action.
Yes, this will make it easy for kids to trust the adults and come to them when in trouble.
In this clip, the man was wrong to come into the room without being fully clothed.
Then touching the girl inappropriately and removing her clothes.
He violated her trust and rights and is supposed to protect her.
You do not have to suffer in silence if this happens to you.
Or you have a friend who is troubled in the same way.
Always speak out and let them know so that together you look for help.
I know sometimes you might think that if your dad or mom are sent to jail for abusing you, there will be no one to take care of you.
And this is a very serious concern to most kids, and they may not know what to do.
For example, they can threaten not to pay your school fees or buy you books.
Or uniform, So it becomes very difficult for kids to speak out.
But if you stay silent, it will eat you up inside and destroy your life.
And if you are worried about them going to jail or not paying your school fees, do not, because there is always a way out as long as we tell someone.
You do not have to suffer in silence.
Speak out and tell someone what is going on.
That way, you will get the help you need and the abuse will stop.
Okay, let us look at clip E.
You're very useless. I wish you were never born. What are you crying about now? Why can't you be like your brother? You're good for nothing.
And now clip F.
What is the answer to question 3? Very good, Joyce. I'm very impressed. You will grow up to be someone very special one day. I love you very much.
Aww, that is so cute. Make me wanna cry.
Yes, it really is.
Clip E shows the parent being aggressive with a child, ridiculing him and telling him very hurtful things like they wish they were never born.
Or be more like the brother.
Yes, this kind of abuse is called emotional abuse and it can be very hurtful.
It is when a parent or adult does not give the child enough attention.
With the love and care that your child needs to grow up feeling secure.
Adults need to give kids enough attention so that they feel loved.
And kids will not look for love or attention in other places.
Like from a border rider.
So parents, it is very important to show interest in your child's life. Ask them how their day has been, what they did and with who.
Yes, be sure to encourage us to always come to you first with anything that is bothering us.
Be sure to listen and give assurance that everything will be okay.
And that you will continue to love us no matter what.
I know that is all we as kids need to hear from our parents. That no matter what, they will always love us and be there for us.
Yes, that is all we want.
Just like it is in clip F, where the parent is helping Joyce with her homework and encouraging her by giving praises and telling her she loves her.
Yes, Stacy, I am sure all the kids would want to have this kind of relationship with their parents or guardians.
Yes, we would. What about you kids at home? Would you like to have a good relationship with your parents or guardians? Please discuss with them to see how you can improve your relationship.
We love to sing, we love to dance, for we are happy. We need your love, we need your care, for we are just kids. We count and write, learn and play all the day long. We laugh, we cry, we grow each day, for we are just kids. We are just kids. We are just kids.
Welcome back. The last lesson for the day is dysfunctional families and how they affect children and class attendance.
We have clip G and H. Let's see who can tell which the dysfunctional home is.
As soon as you finish cooking, then wash the dishes.
But that will be too late, and I'll be too tired.
Then you'll just miss school and continue working. Jack, come down, dear. Dinner is ready.
Okay, Mom.
Now finish up, then brush your teeth and get ready for bed, okay?
Okay, Mom. And thanks for the food. It was
Thank
very
you, dear. You know I love you very much.
I love you too.
The correct answer is clip G.
Why is it dysfunctional?
These kids are too young to be cooking and washing clothes. This work should be done by adults in the house. Instead, they're busy watching TV while the kids work. There is even an infant on the floor crying unattended.
Yes, I saw that and it is very bad.
The kids have also not done their homework and it looks as though they will miss school.
Because they will be too tired to finish the homework or wake up early.
Yes,
This is also child labor, isn't it?
it is child labor and illegal.
So I shouldn't clean my room, right?
No, Mark, what you do is not child labor.
Why not?
Because that task is appropriate for your age and you are able to handle it very easy. You wouldn't ask your small brother to clean your room, would you?
Of course not.
Why not?
He's too tiny, he can't even lift the broom.
Exactly the point. There are many chores around that house that can be done by kids, but only if it is appropriate for their age.
Now understand, so I have to keep cleaning my room as part of my duties and because it is appropriate for my age.
Yes, there is no escaping that, Mark. I have cousins who live in the village and they always help in the farm or fetching water.
Or looking after the animals.
Yes, I always join them whenever I visit and I enjoy it a lot.
So this is not to be confused with child labor, which takes the kids away from school.
And keeps them on the streets, farms, mining fields where they work for very little or no pay.
Yes, my friend's cousin works as a house help for them.
How old is she?
My friend, or the house help.
The house help, silly.
She's only 11 years old.
Oh my, that is very young to be a house help and illegal.
So what can we do?
We should report it immediately.
To who?
We can tell our parents, teacher, chief, pastor, imam, and let them deal with it.
That is a good idea. At least she will be saved and be put back to school.
Yes, remember to always speak out whenever you see something wrong.
Do not keep silent about it, because the sooner we get help, the better.
So we didn't talk about clip H and why it is the best.
Well, the clip shows a mother and her son. The mother has played her role as an adult and ensured the kids' needs have been met.
Yes, she has made dinner, which is her duty, while the boy has finished his homework.
They both sat on the table and had their dinner, and the boy went to brush his teeth and get ready for bed.
But before that, the mother told him how she was proud of him and that she loved him very much.
And the boy said he loved her too.
This is a functional home because the boy's needs have been met and he can easily concentrate on his schoolwork. In short, a functional help does not disrupt the day-to-day activities of a child, but rather supports the child to make him or her the best they can be.
Can you name some things that can disrupt a child's day-to-day activities?
Let the kids at home answer this.
Okay, you have 1 minute to answer.
We love to sing, we love to dance, for we are happy. We need your love, we need your care, for we are just kids. We count and write, learn and play all that day long. We laugh, we cry, we grow each day, for we are just kids. We are just kids. We are just kids.
Welcome back.
Okay, some of the things that can affect school are violence, like during and after elections,
Natural disasters like flooding, earthquake,
a dam bursting like the one in Nakuru, divorce of the parents where kids end up living in a different town from school,
abusive homes where the parents are always fighting or abusing the kids,
abusive teacher where they beat or sexually molest the kids,
negligence where the child is not even enrolled in school, and if they are, they do not have uniform, shoes, books,
teachers strike.
student strike, and banning of school.
There's so many things that can disrupt our daily lives and keep us away from school.
Please ask your parents and teachers about other reasons that have not been mentioned there.
And see how they can be avoided so that they do not affect us.
Okay, Stacy, I think we have talked a lot and now we need to say goodbye.
Already?
Yes, unfortunately, we do not have more time.
But there's still so much to talk about.
Like,
How do we get kids who have dropped out back to school?
we can do that in the next lesson, I promise.
Okay.
Thanks for watching, and remember,
Always
always
tell
tell someone
someone,
and
and
never
never
keep
keep
silent
silent,
because
because
we're
we're
just
just
kids.
Bye.